Welcome back to First Take. In an article on ESPN.com, our Dave McMenamin detailed that there were moments with LeBron James' 8 years in LA where he felt he was being taken for granted by the Lakers. McMenamin also detailed in the piece that a source familiar with James told ESPN that the Lakers' approach and how they show their interest in retaining him will be a factor in his decision to return to Los Angeles or not. And so, Perk, question is, what is the bigger priority, do you think, for the Lakers in this offseason? Is it appeasing Luka and maybe what he wants to do, since it's been kind of decided this is his team going forward, or doing right by LeBron James?
Oh, this is easy, Shay. It's a no-brainer. Doing right by LeBron James. And here's why. Because when it matters the most, when it's time for those 16 games, the playoffs that I'm talking about, you best to believe that LeBron James is going to be available. You best to believe that LeBron James is going to be healthy. I can't say the same thing about Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic, for the last 3 years, it's been something come postseason time. Whether it's been out of shape, or him dealing with some type of injuries, and majority of the time it comes to soft tissue injuries. So if you're the Lakers, you have a concern there, because when you could get through the regular season, and Luka is a fantastic talent. We're not gonna take that away from him. One of the best scorers that this game has ever seen. But when it comes to being reliable, Luka is starting to get in that territory of Joel Embiid. When you need him the most, and it comes postseason time, he's not available. And if he is available, he's never close to 70% because he's always dealing with injuries. We don't have them worries with a senior citizen in LeBron James. He's available. So if you're the Lakers, you definitely want to try to do right by LeBron James and say, you know what? We need you. Because what happened this postseason? It was LeBron James' team once again. He was the one leading the charge at 41 years old. Luka wasn't available because of another soft tissue injury. So now it comes down to trust. Can you trust that Luka is going to be there when it matters the most? And over the last 3 years, the answer to that is hell no. But I know damn well I could trust LeBron James to be there when it mattered the most come postseason time. You better do right by Bron.
You are 1,000% correct in everything that you just said, Big Perk. I wouldn't refute a single syllable for all the reasons that he mentioned. Because you got to do right by LeBron James, because he's proven he's worthy, he can be trusted, that you can rely on him to be available, etc. All of those things are true. But that's also utopia, Big Perk. That's not necessarily the reality. When you look at Luka Doncic, who's 26, approaching 27 years of age, if I remember correctly, he's the future. And if you look at the storied franchise that is the NBA, this is business. The Lakers could always look LeBron James and anybody else in the eye, Big Perk, and do you know what they could say to them? You didn't play for free. We did pay you. We did pay you all of these years, and we should want to pay you again. The point is that it's a young man's game, and maybe you've already invested in Luka, so you got him locked in. What you need to do is to make sure you have Luka on board as it pertains to the kind of commitment that would appease LeBron James, and make sure he's all in that regard, because they got to play together, obviously, in a Lakers uniform, because Luka's not going anywhere. But Luka is still a global iconic brand. He still brings the kind of attention to the Los Angeles Lakers that feeds their coffers. It is a business, and you do live in a capped, strapped sport where those restrictions and those stipulations that come with it could hamper your ability to do the kind of things that you want to do, if indeed you're paying LeBron James $50+ million or whatever. So LeBron James doesn't deserve a pay cut. I remember when we would talk about Bronny last year and how as a second round pick, he got $8 million, but the year before, the 55th pick in the draft got like $500,000, $600,000. I'm on national television saying, I don't give a damn. The money that you shortchanged LeBron because of the collective bargaining rules, the hell with it. If his son got to get some of that money, so be it, because he deserves it, because that's how much LeBron has done for the league. That's what he deserves. But in the same breath, the Lakers have a business to run, and you can't go out there and get the additional help that they need if you take care of LeBron monetarily the way he deserves. He does deserve it. You should do everything you can to take care of it. But in the same breath, you're kind of strapped. And that's just the situation that it is. And Luka's the future, and LeBron is not.
Go ahead, Perk.
And I'm glad you brought up that point, that it's a business, because this has been the problem with Jeannie Buss and Rob Pelinka and the Los Angeles Lakers over the last 4 or 5 years, that they really have lowered the standard of the Los Angeles Lakers. They care more about putting butts in seats and selling jerseys than they actually do about winning championships. Because if they did, they would have been making the moves that they needed to make sure that they could actually go contend for a title. I'm not about to sit up here and give Rob Pelinka or the Lakers front office credit for going out and getting Luka Doncic. That fell in their lap. That was all Nico Harrison. That was him. That had nothing to do with Rob Pelinka going out there and making a power move. That was Nico gift wrapped Luka to them. So when I think about what's the standard and what has been the bar that's been set for one of the most historic franchises in sports, it's always championship or bust. And that's I'm gonna ask you this question. You too, Shay. Think about it. Right now, today, if you're running the front office of the Lakers, who do you two trust more?
I trust LeBron James.
Is it Luka or Bron?
I trust LeBron. I trust LeBron, there's no doubt. But unfortunately, the business of basketball comes into play. And Luka is 14 years younger than LeBron James. And LeBron James is approaching the last year, quite possibly, at the most 2 of his illustrious career. So because of that, if you're a business that's prioritizing somebody that's going to be in your stable for the next decade plus, arguably, and you compare that to somebody that's got 1, maybe 2 years left, you're going to go with the former instead of the latter. I'm not saying that it's the right thing to do per se, because Luka still has something to prove, whereas LeBron does not. But father time is father time. And even though LeBron has kicked his ass, the reality is that you have to deal with that as an organization. As much as we appreciate LeBron and we revere him because of his accomplishments and what he still can do on the basketball court, Luka is the face of the franchise. And that's just how it is. I hope they take care of LeBron. He deserves it. You understand? I trust him more than I trust Luka even right now. But Luka is the face of the franchise. He's the future.
Luka also did go to the finals. What was it, 2 years ago?
Yes.
3 years ago? I mean, this is a player that knows how to lead his team to